Okay, so this is going to be a quick 2024 review for how the year went, some lessons, mistakes, kind of plan for 2025. And I'm sitting here back in my home in Ireland, Christmas tree here, nice comfy couch. And I think at this time of year, kind of just gets a lot of people reflecting on kind of the year that was and so on. And I think sometimes, especially as you get older, I'm 26 now. I'm not acting like I'm old, but definitely each year seems to accelerate. And I think unless you go back and do your reviews, you kind of think, what actually happened this year? And then you go back through the year and you're like, oh yeah, a lot actually happened. So shout out to Carl Weisha as well, who put out a YouTube video much like this recently and kind of just got me thinking of doing the same thing. And yeah, I like doing reviews. So I guess, yeah, we'll start at the beginning of 2024. So this was the 3rd of January. This was me in Madrid flying to Argentina, to Buenos Aires. And that was kind of where we began the year. We hit record revenue highs in 2023 toward the end, particularly October, November. And that's fantastic in an agency business. Of course, fantastic in any business, but it leaves you with some mess to clean up, and you have to keep your standards at a very high level. You want to keep getting the same level of referrals. You want to keep growing the business at the rate that you have been doing. And so it kind of left us with a little bit of a mess. And kind of in the beginning, in Q1 of 2023, we kind of had to build our systems back up to the point that we had gotten up to. I think maybe we acquired like 12 clients or something in like 2 months or something along those lines. And you can't really do that forever necessarily as an agency and keep your standards really, really high. So we kind of pulled back on a lot of our marketing attempts in Q1, which I'll kind of get to as well in Q2. Not like this bit us in the ass. There was something else that kind of bit us in the ass around Q2, but we were able to kind of catch up here, and we just kind of grew maybe 10% or so, and kind of, or let's see, maybe, yeah, about 10% over the course of those 3 months from where we were at the end of the year. And yeah, like kind of here, I was down in my my place in Argentina, and this box room, and then another room that I was kind of working in the house I'd rented. Living in Argentina was amazing. And kind of for me, I love living in Spanish speaking countries. I speak Spanish fluently as well, so that was cool. Here's me and my friend Evan doing some grounding after a long work day, and things like these. I was down with my friends Evan and Kieran, who I'm sure I'll feature on the channel here at some stage. And kind of around here, I think we started to get back into long days, towards like the end of January, kind of, you know, getting momentum back. Um, and kind of like here, I noticed business wise, something that kind of would bite me in the ass in Q2, which was like outside of kind of referrals and kind of walk ins and kind of network and so on, cold email and Twitter had actually been our two main platforms for kind of growing the business. And I'd noticed changes with both of these, like Elon buying Twitter kind of changed the algorithm. I can never call it X, it's Twitter to me forever. Um, and kind of just organic reach going down quite a lot on the platform. We adapted, but after deliverability updates, I was slow to recognize a cold email would never be the same again. And I've planned on trying to fix this really from like February when we started noticing severe issues to like the end of August, which is a long, long time. We still run the channel, but we just don't expect much of it. And there were other channels I could have focused on a bit more. So kind of, here, like we're working all the time, we're still growing. And then Q2 became, Q2 was quite big for us then. But I think here a lesson I'll get to, if you do have one channel working really well to grow your business, whether it's ads or it's outbound or it's personal branding on a certain platform, I think definitely the correct decision is to try and fix that first, because that's historically what's been working for you. But I think I put too much time into a sinking ship here and kind of kidded myself a little bit. So, as we go this year with kind of video content and ads and kind of a couple of digital products, I think we'll kind of get things really rocking, and those will be the main things, in 2025. So yeah, fix this for a bit, went on for a bit too long trying to fix that. So when I say conversion mechanisms here, I kind of just mean digital products. So as well, kind of on the personal side, in Q1, I had probably one of the most fun experiences of my life, which was going to Rio de Janeiro for Carnival. Maybe I'll make this picture a little bit bigger so you can see everyone here. I wish I got a video of this, but there were these like Brazilian guys down on the beach kind of doing a keepy uppies, or like a rondo, sorry. And I just walked down. I wish we got this on video, because it's like all these Brazilian guys, and you can see me. I'm like a foot taller than all of them and look extremely, extremely Irish, like the most typically Irish man you'll ever see. And I just walk down and insert myself into the rondo, and just start playing keepy uppies with them and this sort of thing. I wish we got that on video, but all the guys here, you see Evan, Liam, Kieran, Peter, James, and then my business partner probably took the picture of Connor. You'll see him in some of the pictures coming. We all started playing keepy uppies with these guys. It was just like kind of a moment. Like we're down here sunset in Ipanema Beach. Rio, crazy city, like crazy city. I got mugged there as well by like 9 dudes. Maybe I'll tell that story. But it was really, really fun city. But definitely just don't drink too much and keep your wits about you if you're enjoying that. Here you can see at Christ the Redeemer. I mean, Rio, I do have to say, I could have put more pictures in here. Rio, I do have to say, the most naturally beautiful city that I've ever been to. I actually wonder. We were saying this together. I wonder what it was like being a Portuguese guy coming from the West Atlantic coast, or sorry, on the Atlantic coast, the coast of Portugal, the Atlantic, and you set your eyes on Rio de Janeiro in like the 1400s. Would have been insane. You look at it and it almost doesn't look real. It's a stunning city. Some more stuff then towards the end of Q1. I went back to Buenos Aires then after this. Let's see, all these pictures have kind of moved a little bit here. Let me see, can I get this up here? No, there we go. We went to Montevideo. Some of our team members here, Brazil, Argentina, and then Ireland as well, who come down to Buenos Aires. And we went to Montevideo, and yeah, it was really, really cool. Really, really interesting city. But meeting up with some of the team who I'd never met. I haven't met some of these people are here years. And like I'd never met them in person. And yeah, like it's something I'll go on about later in this video. But other trips we did, like taking online relationships offline. It never gets old. That feeling, almost you meet someone, you're like, wow, this is. It's almost like a feeling of on some level I didn't think you were real. Like I've only ever seen you on a video, so it's interesting. And then for one of our team members here from Brazil, I had to give him a Tipperary GAA jersey from where I'm from. So yeah, get spread the GAA down to Brazil. So I think Q1 was really, really fun. And like we did kind of set good foundations for Q2 business wise. I think the work or kind of the more enjoyment kind of trips. I think one thing I got very good at this year was being able to like context switch effectively and just click right back into what I was doing previously. Like I know when it gets to let's say I'm going to take a few days off here towards the end of the year, but when it gets to the beginning of January, I know I'll just hit the ground running. I've gotten a lot better at just slipping back into where I was. I think that's a really, really good meta skill. I wish I put in a picture of this, but we actually technically broke into the Estadio Centenario, which is where I think not the first World Cup game, but where the first World Cup was hosted in Uruguay. Great times. All the Europeans coming down to South America and causing issues. Let me move this up here. Random highlights as well. Went to a Boca Juniors game. This was actually insane, as in the football crowds are so crazy. This is La Bombonera is the name of the stadium. Football crowds in Argentina are so wild that you can't even let in opposing fans to the stadium. So if Liverpool and Man City were playing each other, you can only allow in Liverpool fans in Anfield, and you can only allow in Man City fans in the Etihad. Like it's absolutely insane because like people get stabbed at these and stuff like that. I've never seen anything like this. People are cursing, like people are saying the most aggressive chants ever. Besides you, that was a bucket list experience to see Boca Juniors play. It was just insanity is the only thing I could say. Florianopolis here, rented a cool villa with Kieran and Evan, and we had a really, really cool holiday there. And Florianopolis, this is the island. Yeah, it's an island, Santa Catarina is the name of it. So nice. This view to me, I was like, oh my god, like the window went far wider than this. It was like quite panoramic. So yeah, those were cool as well. Like those kind of little trips away like that are really, really cool to do. I think if you're in an area or you're in a part of the world like that, I think just do it, And I was actually thinking last night before I'd made this document, I was like, oh, not much happened this year, but loads obviously did happen. I think time does start to fly, and that's one thing I'll come to in the lessons. And I think if you are somewhere, just make the most of it and get down there and do your thing. So yeah, Q1 we did a lot of good work. We set the foundations for Q2 and had some good fun down in Buenos Aires. I wish I stayed longer in Buenos Aires, but I had a work trip that was coming up in San Diego at the beginning of Q2, which is what we're talking about now. And I wish I went back to Buenos Aires instead of going straight to Spain. So yeah, I went to San Diego. This was for SendLane, one of our software partners. Really, really cool email software. Um, they had an event in San Diego. This is actually my first time in California, and this is the USS Midway. This is a museum I went on to there. It was the longest serving naval carrier in the U.S. military. I love military history, so I was on there, and it's funny, there were like kids on a school tour or whatever, like a group of kids there, and I was there ruining the tour. I was just like bumping in, like to asking like loads of questions to the tour guide and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, maybe the kids want to ask a question." I was like, "No, don't worry about the kids." I'm like, I'm asking you questions here, bro." Um, some meet and meets once again, taking some online relationships offline here. San Diego is a gorgeous city. I'd say probably my favorite city that I've been into in the US. Yeah, like I'm saying here, met some people. Took some online relationships offline. Went to a baseball game, first time being at any sort of American sport. I'd love to go to an American football game. I think that'd be really cool. But baseball was really fun. I think baseball would probably be more fun overall because it is stop start like all American sports are a bit, but not to the level of football. Met my good friend Max here as well, who I've known for, or probably at this time I've probably known for like maybe 2 years, or maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. But yeah, I mean, he's based out of San Diego. To meet him was really really cool. Once again, kind of another person where you see them a lot on Zoom, and then you meet them in person. You're like, oh, you're actually real. It's a funny one when you know someone in kind of like a parasocial way, and then you meet them offline. So I went to Barcelona for the summer, and you know, honest greens, probably best part of Barcelona. I think it's originally from Barcelona, but Madrid has it too. Incredible food. I landed in Barcelona. In hindsight, this is probably a mistake. Q2, we had a good Q2, but Q2 I would kind of feel as like a quarter. Not like I went wrong, but definitely a quarter that could have been better, like a lot better. I didn't like Barcelona. After about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, maybe not 1 week, but after about 2 weeks. And I kind of found out many things about myself. I wish I did a 2023 review last year so you could kind of see the life I've had over the last kind of couple of years. But I've been quite nomadic over the last number of years. I was based in Dubai last year, and then the time in Colombia and in London and Spain again, and back in Dubai, and trips to different places. And a lot of that was almost split testing to see where I wanted to live. And to me now, I think I know myself so much better after this year and all the places that I have lived over the last number of years. And to me, it's almost laughable that I ever thought Barcelona would be a good place for me. Um, Now with the knowledge kind of I have about myself, and I think it's a good thing of just having experiences. Even if you have an experience that you look back and you're like, oh, that was a bit of a waste or whatever, it tells you a lot about what you don't like and what you don't want. So I think it can still be valuable in that respect. But Barcelona, super overcrowded city. Very hard to get Ubers. Public transport is not great. It's just full of annoying kind of things that like impede your day. It's just full of like, oh, that's annoying, kind of stuff like that. Dirty. The beach is fake as well. Like, so it just doesn't feel like you're in a proper, kind of beach. Very sketchy. Like, you'd have to watch your phone if you hadn't like I wouldn't wear a nice watch in Barcelona, for example. Um, Actually bizarre that Madrid and Barcelona are in the same country. Like, actually bizarre. Madrid is like the exact opposite. Um, but yeah, I mean, I look at this, as kind of somewhere I lost a lot of time personally. I should have left Barcelona and gone to Madrid. This is actually the catalyst event for me going back to Madrid. I didn't even have it in my mind that I would go back there. I spent last summer in Madrid. 2023 that was. But like here, I continued pursuing this cold email dead end and kind of wouldn't take no for an answer. We got other content marketing platforms working, but if I'd focused more on them and kind of conversion mechanisms, I think I'd have done a lot better here. This was probably the meta mistake of the year to have put so much focus in there. Um, Madrid, I now live in Madrid, was right there. So kind of, like I said, I kind of found where I wanted to settle here. And, even like Buenos Aires is my favorite city in Latin America. It's very similar to Madrid in many respects. But I met some of my friends here when I was in Barcelona who were actually living in Madrid, who were there from my hometown. And I was going on a weekend away to Madrid anyway. And they happened to be there, and I dropped them a message. I was like, oh, I'm going to be in Madrid. And we met up. And I remember even pulling into Madrid, into the train station in Atocha, where I was like, oh my God, I just felt calm come down over me. It's just the vibe of Madrid for me just suits me down to the ground. And then I met the lads here, and we were chatting about this, and we had an amazing night out, and it just kind of settled for me. I was like, why the hell am I in Barcelona here? It's just not for me at all. It's a great city. I know a lot of people like it. I have many friends who live there, but I just couldn't think of anything worse than living in Barcelona. So this kind of was, a kind of a fortunate event that happened that then pulled me back to Madrid, and kind of, I came back there and just clicked with me instantly. I was like, why am I not living here? It's only over the road. We I think in this time, I think it was about 20% or more went up like in these 3 months. But yeah, I should have tripled down on video content and paid products, not outbound and written. And then I think going into summer, we kind of like the sales mechanism slow down, whereas like content marketing doesn't necessarily. So I think people who are more kind of reliant on, let's say, like content marketing, I think they'll like do better over the summer than people who are more reliant on events and more reliant on outbound messaging. Yeah, so yeah, this is like kind of in Madrid. This is Gran Via, which is in the center of the city. Just a breathtaking city. This is me in the house in Barcelona with my my shoddy YouTube setup. This is so funny, my pink lights and everything as well. But I still recorded a lot of stuff, and we signed a lot of clients from YouTube, which is great. Q1 as well. This is the 1st of June. Went to Alicante. This is a mentor of ours, Leon Castillo, who's like been transformational in our business. My business partner here, and I was looking very, very handsome indeed at his wedding in Alicante. This was so cool. This was so great to come here, experience a Spanish wedding. They did not disappoint. Spain's a wonderful country in so many respects. Also got in an Ibiza trip as well with some of my friends from home. So yeah, Ireland on tour here. Maybe I'll make this one a bit smaller, make this picture a bit bigger so you can kind of see a bit more. This is also in Ushuaia. Ibiza is a crazy place, but yeah, this is cool to go there. I think Ibiza is definitely an experience. And yeah, we had all the lads there. So came back to Madrid then, kind of, and the summer continued. Had our friend Liam here, who's from New Zealand. He's just moved back to New Zealand, very big in the AI space. Absolute legend. And actually, this is one of our clients here who actually was in Madrid at the time and met up with us. You can't see him there. So yeah, we had a full Madrid summer here. Came back for the Euros as well. So this is like the homecoming for the Spanish team after winning the Euros. That was crazy. It was really, really crazy. But yeah, I thought like Madrid summer was absolutely kind of fantastic here going into Q2. So then Q3 starts in July, and I was kind of fully settled in Madrid at this point. July we signed a number of clients. I remember, I think like five or something, which was a pretty good month. August was just an awful month. I think August in general for us is just like even 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. I don't think we've ever had a good August. Like it just seems like every month it's like the bane of our lives. And then October is always a good month for us. October is my birthday's in October as well, so I kind of remember it. I know it's like there's something to me where I'd love to have a good August now in 2025. That'll be a key focus now of Q3. Just make sure we have a good August. I think so. I definitely spoken to other business owners about this, and they have some months for them that have just always been awful, but it could just be coincidence, right? And then some months that are always good, which could also be coincidence. I think October is big for us because like a lot of people come through and they want to replace their retention agency and get a better life cycle team in for Black Friday. So I think that kind of makes sense, with that being a natural peak for us. But the big thing here in July was going to the Olympics in Paris. One of my best friends from home, from my hometown again, I won a bronze medal for Ireland, Ireland's first ever heavyweight Olympic rowing medal. We got his face on these t-shirts. I remember going in to collect these in Madrid out of this printing shop. There was this old lady inside there, and she was looking at me. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing with these shirts?" I was like, "Oh, it's a long story." I explained to her like my friend's going to the Olympics and all this, and it's for. And then she thought it was really funny. But she was giving me. She was like 70 plus years old. She was giving me the t-shirt. She was like, "What is wrong with you?" kind of thing. It's very, very funny. This was massive. Like we had a big homecoming here as well. I wish I got a picture of the plaza in, but like the whole town grinded to a halt. Like this, he literally made history. So this the three lads we used to do rowing together for years and years and years. It's my eternal claim to fame. I'll always maintain. I gave him the idea in the yard. I was like, let's start rowing. All the guys a year older than us have six packs and stuff. Let's start rowing with the. And maybe we can be like them. And then we kind of got in from there, and he just he loved it and just went from strength to strength. A very, very unique human being. Just sought out all the knowledge he could, and like literally just unbelievably proud of him. So yeah, this was like a lifetime achievement for him, and it was just amazing for all of us, friends from school, to have been there for him and go to Paris and had that experience with him and showed the support, because it's just a very, very special human being, and there's no one more deserving than him. In August then as well, we ran our first event. So I went to London on my trusty steed, the Lime bikes. You just can't beat a Lime bike around London. This Lara as well, who's helped me so much with LinkedIn. She's an absolute beast and lovely, lovely person as well. Let me move that back up here. So really, with all the stuff we've kind of done on LinkedIn, she's helped us so much, and she's crushing it in all of her businesses as well. So got a private mastermind event here in London with a load of D2C founders and agency founders and so on. And yeah, like I think that was really really good. You know, it was a fantastic day out. You can see some of the pictures here. Well, that's a very small picture, so you can kind of see, you know, kind of the room here and myself and Connor, my business partner, speaking. You know, the kind of after party and so on, in London too. After kind of resizing all the photos, it's made it. Then we got some of the retro stills. Tom, my friend, came and did the videography and photography for it. Just absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it. You know, with some of these stills and so on. So, you know, everyone enjoyed it. Definitely giving like some feedback of the event. Like, I'm quite a perfectionist, I would say, but I wish I kind of put my foot down on more things in terms of the organization. Said let's keep the talks really short and just end the day by like 2 o'clock in talks, and then just get everyone meeting each other. Any event that I've been at, any mastermind event or anything like that, I like when the talks are short and people just get meeting one another. I kind of didn't put my foot down enough on that. Everyone enjoyed the event. We got some really good feedback, but still, I'm just looking at that and like, if only we'd done this a bit differently. I kind of just think like that in general, like probably a bit nitpicky in general of my own, yeah, probably my own worst critic. Um, you know, what happened here then as well was some long-term compounding kind of took place around like September time, going right into, so going right into Q4s, from August not being so great to September being quite good. You know, began to sign a couple of like enterprise customers, and actually it was funny. We signed one brand whose email list I'd been on since like 2020 or something. I used to always study their emails, and now we run their email marketing channel. They're a very very famous direct response brand. Um, like once you, this is like the beginning of infinity, I call it. You crush it for a big brand, and then someone introduces you to big brand. That was kind of how we met this brand, and kind of two other brands in their portfolio, and you crush it for them, and then they refer you to more people. And it's kind of like when you work with a massive like kind of customer who also has kind of other massive customer potential customers in their network, you know, you kind of like every agency, I feel, if like when they're around long enough, will get good luck, but you have to make the most of that good luck to be introduced to these better clients, right? You know, so we found ourselves kind of talking to a 9-figure brand group here. And you know, here as well, you know, I saw Cody Plofker from Jones's Road Beauty tweet like kind of about like his struggles with finding good agencies, and my friend Paul just tweeted about that. We actually run Paul's brand's emails as well, but Paul's a super super successful ecom entrepreneur, like one of the richest guys I know. And you know, same thing of like the struggle of finding an agency that's big enough to be able to support you in terms of like having more staff members that can kind of, you know, bring kind of different things to the table, and also kind of, you know, take the mantle on certain things. um you know, kind of, or kind of like take responsibility over certain key functions of the business, or sorry, certain key functions of the service. I'm getting distracted here. So like let's say you have a development agency that only has one developer versus one that has five. You know, they can kind of like, there's like one of those developers will know how to do the most niche obscure thing that you need to have done on your site, right? But equally, you don't want to have a team of like 30 developers because you're just a number to them. I feel like now where we are, you know, we grew to 31 team members this year, up from maybe 19 when the year began. I feel like now we're just the perfect size for like kind of taking on enterprise customers, you know, where, you know, they get personalized service and they can kind of be a big fish ish kind of with us. Not so much, but like they kind of can. But also like there's just so much support with kind of the team that we have now. Our team is just so elite, and that's something I'll kind of get into in terms of a key insight and kind of key lessons. Kind of something that we really nailed in Q4 was like how to train a remote team, which I think is really really key to. I don't think many people know how to do that, like how to train your team effectively remotely. It's not as easy as doing SOPs, and I'll kind of get to that here in a sec. So yeah, so that's a big enterprise customers to round off Q3 in September, and had a great start together. You know, that can lead to huge things, which lead to more huge things, more huge things. So, you know, when you get, you know, some of these kind of more rare customers that come across your lap, you have to do everything that you can to make sure that you crush it for them, because you never know what that'll lead to for your business. Um, Q3 then as well, our documentation got a lot better and the team got way better. Um, so yeah, I think that's something that we just generally got a bit better at in Q3, but it was in Q4 that it got really really good. So here, you know, we start Q4. What is after happening here? Let me move this back up. That, yeah, perfect. We start Q4 here. I went to El Clasico, with a special someone. That was a little bucket list thing for the two of us. And they very much enjoyed that. So this was like going to El Clasico was amazing. I kind of missed like the peak of El Clasico back when it was kind of Ronaldo and Messi, and you had Sergio Ramos breaking legs and stuff like that. That would have been a lot better. But yeah, October was huge for us. We kind of filled up all available slots. We kind of start with a bit of pressure because we need to onboard people in time to be able to get their Black Friday strategy ready and to not have it impact any of our current customers with taking up resource. So we just about did that, and that was fantastic. So like I said, much like August is poor, October just seems to be massive for us. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be the case. So some bucket list items in this time: El Clasico, and yet though this is the highest mountain in the Pyrenees in Spain, which we climbed 3,400 meters of elevation. This is Leon as well, our mentor, whose wedding we were at as well. We climbed it with him as well, so kind of getting the full Spanish experience there. Which was really, really cool. And I also brought a team member to a Champions League game. He's based in Madrid, so this was really cool. We went to AC Milan, Real Madrid. I've been to 2 Real Madrid games, and I think their goal difference is like -6 with me there. I seem to be quite a bad luck omen for Real Madrid, which is unfortunate. But yeah, like bringing a team member to a Clasico, he grew up in Madrid. He always wanted to go to the Bernabeu for a Champions League game, and to be able to do that together, I think was really, really special. And now I'm getting to the point of, a lot of stuff actually did happen this year. So I think very important to review your year and look through everything that happened, because you might think, oh, geez, nothing happened. And then you go back through it and you're like, oh, yeah, loads did. So I think videos like these can be helpful. Here as well. So this was actually the day after climbing Anieta. We literally scaled a mountain. We were like climbing. It wasn't free climbing. We had a cable, but still, you wouldn't want to fall there. I think you'd splatter everywhere. So from here, we really like kind of cracked how to train people. I feel at this point, like I'll come back up here and kind of speak from this. I do like a weekly call now with our account managers where like I go through an extremely niche topic that I couldn't really put into an SOP. That's kind of just tricks of the trade. Because I feel like if you have an office, you're able to get that over the shoulder learning. You're able to just get someone who's a senior in the office who knows different things that other people don't, and they're able to just impart that knowledge on that person. You don't really get that personally. I kind of in a remote environment unless you actively look to do it. So we do collaborative sessions between our designers, our copywriters, our account managers, and our other divisions, where they all get on and collaborate. When they're doing something, they ask questions of like, how do I do this? And then someone else will. It could be the most niche thing possible that's just not obvious, that you would never even think to make an SOP around or put into an SOP. And someone can just show you right there and then, and bang. It's like over the shoulder learning you miss in a remote team, but you can actually emulate that if you know what you're doing. And then the kind of Friday call, I go through a specific topic, so I could go through, how to always like put in elements of persuasion and copywriting. So like you can just make an email from a structure perspective, even if you're hitting writer's block or something like that for our copywriters, you can still make good emails just from, kind of giving yourself a good scaffolding to work off of. That this has just been massive for team efficiency, having collaborative sessions weekly and then having that Friday call with me to kind of go through certain things. Black Friday was massive. I think we easily did 50 million for our clients in this time. One made 3.2 million pounds alone in November, like out of one client out of 47. So I think we definitely did over 50, because it's like $4 million. Stress was immense. I think when you're, we got up to like sending 4 to 6 emails a day for some of our clients, and like there's just a lot more that can go wrong when you start doing that. Like one email could have like it's a lot easier for like an email to have a typo or the wrong link and stuff like that, because you're just like you're risking it for the biscuit kind of thing. So yeah, we got through it, but yeah, like it was brutal at points, to be honest. On Black Friday, like, I mean, it was just like, just wake up at 8 on the laptop till midnight, or 1, wake up at 8 on the laptop till midnight, or 1, wake up at 8. Like it was just that over and over again. But afterwards, we made time. I actually flew back this for my mother's retirement party. I actually flew back to Ireland and surprised her for that, and met all the family there, which is really, really cool back in the hometown. That was cool. I was enjoying the Madrid Christmas, the famous Gran Via, McDonald's. It's looked after many a man and many a woman after a heavy night out. But after Black Friday, we went to Affiliate World in Bangkok. This is my first time in Asia, first time for my business partner in Asia. Got the beauty sleep eye mask on here. I thought this was a funny snap. And we went to Affiliate World in Bangkok. I've always wanted to go to an Affiliate World conference. This is probably the biggest marketing conference in the world, and so this is really, really cool to go to. I think not so much a bucket list thing, but definitely something I wanted to do for years. So that was cool. And also kind of getting to go to Asia. Our friends Kieran and Evan, who you'll see just in here, there's Kieran, there's Evan. Got to they actually went and spoke at it. So we said, oh, we'll come over. I've never been in Asia before. Went to a nice little resort here for some R&R in Koh Phangan. This me in Koh Samui Airport as well, because even like it's not always so glamorous. Like I mean, we're working here, basically all the time. Even so, but made some time for some R&R and that kind of thing in Thailand. Um, Similar thing here that like the time zone is just dreadful. Like I think you know I think Asia is very cool. I would love to go back and do more time there, but just with the time zone, oh, I don't know if I could justify because most of our clients are in America, so it was just a case of like, uh, I would love to do more time in Asia, but it's just I just kind of don't think it'll work out time zone wise, But yeah, working in Koh Samui Airport and the humidity, my hair getting all frizzy, looking like Sideshow Bob or like I got electrocuted or something. You can see your tropical airport. It's insane. Flying back to Ireland, I actually flew business class on points for the first time ever. So it's, free, I guess you could say for the flight. Um, but this was a really, really cool experience to fly back in business on Emirates. It was really nice. The food was incredible. The staff were really sound, and actually the Irish girls rugby team were there on the flight with us coming back. So that was kind of cool as well for some of the characters you meet there. Probably the biggest honor of the year. This may be the highlight of the year. I'm not quite sure. Um, Probably the highlight of the year. But I went back to my old high school when I was at my friend's homecoming for the Olympics. I met one of my old teachers who I'd still be quite friendly with and is quite friendly with my mother. And I had kind of heard of what I was doing in business and so on. She was like, "Oh, would you speak to some of our students in the school?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And we got to Christmas time, we organized it, and I came in and spoke to them about my entrepreneurial journey and just kind of giving some tips and tricks for kind of them navigating the next years of their lives. Because like I said, I'm 26 now, but I mean, geez, not it doesn't. I think anyone who's like around my age now can feel like you get what I mean when you say like yesterday you were 16. It goes quick. So hopefully I could set them off in the right direction. But it was really cool to go back into the school, and they've done an amazing job at the school, and my school means a lot to me. Like definitely some great years of my life were spent in there, and very thankful for a lot of the great teachers I had. Met a client then here with David, one of our team members, and one of our clients here in Limerick. Strategizing their 2025. Got a quick picture in. So that's cool. Like meeting clients in person is just phenomenal. We met some clients in California as well. The time I met some of my friends there, I wish I got in some pictures of that, but we met it for Ryan. If you're watching, shout out to you, Ryan. We met there. And Isaac as well. We went for dinner. Like great to meet you guys. But yeah, meeting clients here in person to strategize their 2025 was huge, and like just like so productive there in like an hour and a half. We were like, okay, here's what we're going to do for all our product drops. Here's where we're going to integrate our B2B newsletter. Here's what we're going to do on B2C side, and timing and everything. Then as we came up for our staff Christmas party, getting towards the end of the year here, this was only on Friday, so this was 6 days ago. On the 20th, went down to Cork and strategized with some of our team in Ireland. One of our team members is missing here. For our Irish team, and we just kind of planned out 2025 as well. And this was just really, really cool. Like meeting everyone in person again, it just changes everything. Went to the famous Sophie's restaurant. Had to get the famous picture in the swings. Anyone from Ireland knows this kind of, I know, just funny enough to sit in the Sophie swings. Bit of a lol. And then I took one of our team members around on a tour of Cork. I'm not from Cork, but I went to university there, and I love the city. This is St Finbarr's Cathedral, and I kind of brought him on a walking history tour and was telling him about Cork through the centuries, Ireland's second biggest city. So that was really, really cool. Do I have anything more in here? Ah, yes, Christmas, meeting everyone up, and don't know how many pints of Guinness I've had over this Christmas, but I mean, yeah, this is definitely good. To meet up with everyone, and it's kind of one of the lessons that I've kind of had this year. I'll actually skip to the last lesson because I was like, definitely noticed this year family is becoming more and more important to me. Like I feel some things are just becoming way more important, and some things I'm like, why did I ever think that was important in the first place? Meeting friends at Christmas this year, it mattered a lot more. It mattered a lot more to me. Not asking like surface level, oh, what are you doing in life? Like kind of weird status games that people sort of play. It's just like, how are you? Like like are you just seeing if everyone's in good spirits. and just having good chats with everyone like that. Like it's, that's becoming way more important to me as I get older. And so many things are just dropping off where I'm like, why did I ever think that was important? Um, so lessons, what could we have done better? This year I'm going to go all in on content marketing on, I mean like video in general, but definitely YouTube, Twitter, and newsletter, and kind of digital products and so on. I think just getting overall marketing to be better. I think that was probably the overall like L of the year, not L, but like definitely the thing I could have done overall better at was just like, you know, getting our marketing up to a point where there's just so much pent up demand for our services all the time. Demand is always quite strong, but it could, it can always be higher. And it can just lead to us kind of having our pick of the litter a lot more in terms of working only with multi 8 figure brands. And just working with the absolute best brands out there. Always. And I think we can do that because there's a lot of compounding that's gone on our YouTube, on our Twitter, on our LinkedIn. I know that we're there. Our newsletter is growing quite a lot, and so on. So yeah. Video content in the new year, video content and newsletter. I just see that as like the 1-2. Everything on social is going towards video right now. Even like LinkedIn is going towards video. Twitter is even going towards video. I think TikTok's changed everything there, where you can go viral, with short form video for sure. Go to events, prioritize meeting new people. This is something I've really enjoyed and I'm quite good at. So put on more events, just get going to more events in general, and kind of create experiences for people, and just get meeting people. Don't have it too heavy on the talks or anything like that. So yeah, events, I think I'm going to go all in on in the new year, and just make going to events a priority. Probably run more events this year. I think that'll be pretty cool. Big note: time speeds up as you get older. Life does go really fast. Like I said, like I was looking at this last night, I didn't think much happened this year, and look at how much happened this year. Like it's kind of weird. Where I think there's a graph that you can probably find of like perception of time as you get older. And after 25, your perception of time speeds up quite a lot. When you're like 10, your years take forever. So yeah, I think the best way I've found to like make time go slower is to look to learn different things and have unique experiences that slow down your perception of time. Like have like more unique, like Connor and I went and like got a scuba diving license at one point this year. I'll remember that weekend, and it kind of, it creates more events that happen in the year that then slow down my perception of time. Definitely a lot happier and enjoying the process a lot more. I've kind of reached, what's this? Oh, sorry. My spelling errors. Definitely a lot happier enjoying the process. I've reached kind of many far away goals so many times. Mostly speaking about like revenue, goals, to be perfectly honest, and kind of team size goals. And we've kind of hit 30 people, 31. I've kind of seen behind the curtain. I've kind of seen the trick, and I'm like, like you're never going to, it's never going to be like a specific kind of goal that's going to get you there. But like I didn't, I'm not so enlightened that I like thought about this and then now I don't look at external goals to kind of validate myself or whatever. It's like I had to hit like a ton of external goals like all the way along, only to realize, okay, like none of these are ever going to satisfy me. So I would say I feel really like kind of happier in general. This kind of happened around the time of my birthday, to be honest. So October 23rd. So this is only 2 months ago. I don't really go around feeling like something is missing anymore, like something integral is missing, and I think that's like a key part of feeling happy. Is just I just don't go around feeling like things are missing, and I don't deep things too much. The past is the past, the future is the future, the present is the present. Once again, I'm not so enlightened or whatever. It's that I had to get tricked like 50 times to no longer be able to get tricked. You know what I mean? It's not like I didn't get tricked. I saw through the trick always. So I'm not going to claim I'm like some enlightened being. Job interviews are flawed. Definitely, we made some bad hires this year, and kind of had to fire those people. And with those bad hires, a bad hire costs you so much. It costs you thousands. Like bad hires cost huge. Like they cost a huge amount of cash. The opportunity cost is huge. Who you could have hired instead, like all the time cleaning up their mess. Like I had to manage like clients for one of our team members who we had to get rid of, who just screwed up so many accounts, and like I had to go in and fix all of those. Thankfully, in turn, like 3 of our biggest customers who he screwed up like work. So this is what I'm saying. Like you could have hired someone else who could have crushed it for those people. You like miss revenue for the clients. Clients could leave. Like it's like there's first order effect, second order effect, third order effect, fourth, fifth, 27th. So job interviews are flawed, and we've really updated our hiring process this year to really go through signaling, and also to do trial tasks and like kind of weed out people before we even like have to do interviews with them or get to the trial tasks. You can't judge someone's ability based on their based on talking about it. You can only judge their ability to talk about it. If you want to judge someone's ability to do something, have them do it first. So have a trial period with them, get them to do some trial tasks before even like beginning an engagement together, and like kind of really suss people out. If you're a remote team, you need to find a way to train people like you would in person. I kind of spoke about that. I'm obsessing over video content and AI. I think these are where acquisition and delivery are going for service-based businesses. Don't let niceness be taken advantage of. We had like a client, who we crushed it for, charge back and win like 10K. They were just like an awful, like kind of awful person. But I opened myself to it. They won 10 grand back because it was just a bizarre situation. Stripe, and we'll remove a good bit of stuff off of Stripe. I think they're probably a bit complicit there as well. But just have clear contracts in place, so people have to be as nice as you. I'm a very nice guy. My business partner is a very nice guy. Then you don't necessarily have to follow the contract to a T. You can always have lenience then, but just make sure you don't get taken advantage of. Don't let the tail wag the dog. Whatever you do, make sure that you want to do it, not someone else wants to do it. If you're going on a trip, make sure you want to go on that trip. If you're if you're going to follow a certain avenue in your business, make sure you want to do it. Like whatever you're doing, make sure you want to do it. It's the story of the prodigal son. Look up Guy Ritchie. You must be the master of your own kingdom. Watch that clip on Joe Rogan. Incredible. Nothing really good happens by accident. If you want something, you can't hope for it, but you equally can't obsess over the thing itself. You need to build a system guaranteed to get the thing you want, and then obsess over implementing the system. Like Hormozy says, figure out the input to get the output, then 10x the input. Obsess over hitting those inputs then. Don't obsess over the output. So I think here for if you break down your life into health, wealth, love, and happiness, nothing really good I've had in the business has come by accident. It's come from, having a clear goal and consistently aiming at that thing. And all the other areas of your life are like this. If you want to have incredible health, wealth, love, and happiness, you got to build a system to have all of those things and obsess over implementing the system. So nothing really good happens by accident. You might have good luck. Everyone gets good luck. Everyone can get an event that is good luck. Me meeting my business partner was good luck, but I had to have been working all the way up to have my skill set be at the point and be complementary to his to the point where we could make the most of that luck. So was it really luck for either of us? I would say not. There was a lucky event in the beginning, but it wasn't really luck. And like I said, family is becoming more and more important to me as I get older. So many things are just drifting away. Like even what's actually becoming more important to me as well is like at Christmas is kind of anyone who's from like a small town, anywhere where a lot of people don't live there anymore, but come back for Christmas. Probably speaking mostly in an Irish context, but really in a lot of places, I'm sure in the world, it's like this. Even like people I haven't seen in a while who like I wasn't even like very close with as friends in school, I'm even like delighted to see them. And I like that's actually becoming more important to me. The people from like my town where I'm from, the people from there, that's actually becoming way more important to me. Like even like random people I may have just like played sports with for a couple of years, and I'm like actually really happy to see this person. Hope they're doing well. Hope they're crushing it in life. Hope they're fucking happy. Like, and I genuinely mean that. Which is yeah, kind of an interesting one, because even like from the years of running the business, scaling up to where we are now with 31 staff members and all the rest of it, and kind of what you've seen, you'd be surprised who's not rooting for you. Like people like rappers talk about having haters and all this kind of nonsense, but you'd equally be surprised for who's cheering you on. It's actually very surprising. Some people could be your biggest supporters going and want the best for you. It's pretty crazy, and I just kind of want to be that person for others, and like genuinely mean that, because anyone who's from where I'm from, I just want to see them. I literally just want the best for them. So, family, home, my immediate community around me, becoming way more important to me. Which I know, just kind of like noticing these things, as I go on, noticing the changes, in my mindset and in my mind, definitely from turning 25 now 26, you definitely just feel a bit more older and like things are more set in your brain. But I think that's an interesting one to see. Like even I'm going to go back out to the family now to enjoy the rest of my St. Stephen's Day with them after this. And like nothing matters more to me than that. So yeah, I'm excited for 2025. I'll bring you guys along with us more. I'll be posting vlogs on the channel and so on as well. Jeez, a lot of stuff happened. Hopefully this gives you guys some inspiration to kind of review your own year and just have a look through and see kind of what you learned, what was interesting, what was new, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you around here soon.